please don't shout at my son. I understand if you're angry, if your child is getting bullied at school, or if they're getting hurt by another child in their class. But by you shouting at that child that has hurt your child, it doesn't make the situation better. It makes it 10 times worse. You don't understand the damage you're causing by shouting at that child. Whatever those thoughts and feelings they already have in their head about themselves, you haven't made it better. You've just made it 10 times worse. That's what this video is about today, is to spread a message of, if you're a mum like me and you've got a child like I have, you'll really resonate with this. If your children are angels and they're really well behaved, hopefully this video will shed some light and you'll understand that these children in class that are playing up, they're not bad. They just might have a lot more issues than the normal child. They might not process information as well. They might be impulsive. They might have lots of psychological issues. So before you start hating a parent or hating a child, step back and really look at what's going on, because what the other parent needs is your support. We're all in this together. We're not against each other. We should all be trying to nurture our children at the same time and not pit them against each other or hate other parents. We're all trying our best. And that's all we can do. We have to try and be the best versions of ourselves so our children can see that, and try and guide our children in the right way. So let me give you some context about this. I've had various parents at my son's school shout at me, and even worse, shout at my son. It does take me a lot of courage to do videos like this, because at the end of the day, this isn't a movie, this isn't gossiping, this is actually my life and what's going on. And I have to be careful in what I'm putting out there, because I'm just opening up myself for judgment. But at the same time, I can deal with people judging me. What my message is that I just hope this changes at least one person's perspective on why certain children are the way they are. Or, most importantly, to realise that if you're a parent like me watching this right now, you're not alone. I'm going through this, and trust me, there are thousands of children going through the same thing. So don't think all the other children in your child's class are angels and they've all got their fairy wings on, and your child is just like the devil, because they're not. There's loads of people, there's loads of other children who are like them as well. We just need to try our best and help them down the right way. And we have to fight. I feel like I've been fighting with my son's school for like the past 4 years on trying different methods and just trying to make him better and not be aggressive with other children, and just get on with life and be happy. So a lot of different things have gone on over the last 4 years, but it's more recently that he has turned more aggressive, where, you know, the boys could be play fighting, or maybe a boy has said something to my son, and rather than my son ignoring it, saying something back, or, you know, if someone has gently pushed him, my son doesn't seem to comprehend rationale. He'll, you know, if someone lightly pushes him, he might slam them down on the floor. And that is the issue, what's going on. And, you know, to those parents out there whose child is getting bullied or getting hurt by another child at school, obviously you need to help your child, but at the same time, you reacting in a very negative and horrible, bitter way towards the other child, nobody wins in that situation. Nobody wins. And I understand as well. Like when my son says to me, like someone's saying horrible things to him or bullying him or anything like that, of course I get angry. But the last thing I think about is going up to that child, marching up to him, shouting at their parent and shouting at their child, because I know that's not the way how you deal with anything in life. And these are children at the end of the day. They're not even adults. This is what happened to me recently, a few weeks ago. My son was hurting people, and I'm not here to make this video and say there's an excuse for violence. There's never an excuse for violence. And I'm trying my hardest every single day to improve his behaviour. So don't think maybe there are some parents who don't care, but I think the majority of parents do care and they do want to make their child better. So this happened recently where another boy, this is just one incident, but I'll tell you, another boy was kind of getting in my son's face and annoying him constantly. And rather than my son ignoring this boy or just telling him to go away, or maybe even lightly pushing him, which again, I don't agree with, he really hurt him. He really hurt him. And he even made this other child's lip bleed. Now, me as a mum, I'm instantly thinking about this other child. And I cried because I thought, imagine if that was my son. I don't want anybody ever hurting my son, ever. So instantly I'm thinking, this poor, poor child. And that's why I can understand the other parent's anger, because I'm a parent at the end of the day. I would get angry. But she just came and shouted at me and shouted at my son. I went to pick my son up from school. He's already in a tantrum this day. He's come out of his classroom. I've got the teacher shouting at me, a supply teacher, which I complained about. She came outside shouting. My son's going crazy on the floor, trying to hurt me. I'm trying to literally restrain him and say, it's okay, mummy loves you so much. I'm going to help. Whatever's happened today, I will help you. This is going on for about 5, maybe even 10 minutes. All of this time while I'm trying to calm my son down and he's just sweating, getting even more angry, I see this mum just stood there, doing nothing, just looking at my son. So number one, she already knows what, she can already see I'm in a very stressful situation. She waited until I finally calmed my son down, and then she starts shouting at me and then shouting at my son. Again, I understand this parent's frustration and anger, but did that make my son better? Has he stopped his behaviour yet? No. Shouting never solves anything, especially at that child. It's made the situation even worse for me. I'm sure that mum didn't feel good about herself after she shouted. I'm sure her child, who actually still wants to be friends with my son, it didn't help him in any way. And it clearly didn't help me. It made me more stressed. And it made my son even more angry. And now he's saying stuff like, everybody hates him. He hates himself. And he wants to kill himself. So my message to you is really think about what you're doing to other children. And again, I'm not doing this video to excuse his behaviour. Trust me, I'm working very hard at the moment with ringing different organisations up, working with the school, even working on myself, on how I parent my son, how I can be a better parent. So that's the message for today. Just please don't shout at other children. You're making it 10 times worse a situation for anyone. If you have a problem with someone in your school, another child in your school, talk to the teachers, and you've got to fight. if there's a problem, you have to fight. Just like how I'm fighting on my side to make my son better. If you want your child to stop getting hurt by a specific child, or maybe they're getting bullied, you have to fight as well. And it sounds ridiculous that we have to fight for what we're trying to do a good thing here and make the situation better. And unfortunately, we're all going to have to fight this together. That is my message. And if you're a parent like me, realize that you're not alone. There is thousands of children like our children, and we just have to keep fighting and make this situation better for everyone. But what I do know is that there is light at the end of the tunnel. My son does have good and bad days. Sometimes he's amazing. Everyone loves him. He's being great at school, great at home. But then sometimes things like this happen where his behaviour just deteriorates. And it is sad, but that's a reality, and things will get better. I know they will. I have talked to a lot of other parents who have been through similar things, and sometimes, a lot of the time, their child gets the right help put in place, and then they do get better. So we live in hope, and that's what we have to do. We have to stay positive. We have to give ourselves a break as well. I put so much pressure on myself, and sometimes I think, do you know what? I need to chill out. Sometimes I'm doing all I can. So really hope this video has helped you in some way. I will make this into a series, and if this video hasn't helped you, then I don't know, maybe I won't. But if you feel this series could help you on, I don't know, maybe how I manage my son, what I'm doing, or maybe you just want to hear someone else talk about their experience, just so you know that you're not alone, then I will continue doing videos like this. But yeah, if you want more videos, do subscribe, hit the notification bell as well, and most importantly, just comment below. You can even message me privately. If you don't want to write a message below this video, you can find me on Facebook. I'll put the link up here, and message me if you just want to just talk to someone and get it off your chest of what is going on. I just wish you luck. Let's wish ourselves luck, and hopefully this message will spread to lots of other parents that don't shout at my son, don't shout at other children. It's not helpful at all. Just please see the other person's and the other parents' point of view. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.